happening in Gaza is a Holocaust. And what is currently being designed by the Israeli government is the final solution to their Palestinian problem. And as a Holocaust survivor, my reaction is not in my name. Extermination, dehumanization, starvation, blockade, lack of water and medication, the destruction of the health service, the hunting down of doctors, the hunting down of journalists, safe places which turn out to be not safe at all, but traps, concentration camps, all this together makes a clear Holocaust. Clearly, all these elements are not in any way different from similar actions by the Nazis during the Second World War. Gaza is an open-air concentration camp. In a sense, it's an extermination camp because there is no way out other than dying through bombing or disease or lack of food. Only alternative is to agree to be replaced somewhere where you don't want to be. I had not only the experience of the Holocaust and the hiding and the discrimination, etc., but the fighting went through our particular area where we were hiding. When we came out, when it was all over, I saw total devastation. Just like when you see the pictures of Gaza, destroyed buildings, piles of rubble, dead horses, dead people. I see exactly the same in Gaza. However, the great difference is that what I witnessed was a byproduct of two armies fighting. And what I see in Gaza is a deliberate destruction. And I think it's a degree evil, greater evil than what I've seen. The license which has been employed against the Palestinians, it's all based on the Holocaust experience. But rather than making the conclusion that this is something that we have to learn from and make it impossible to be repeated to any other people, they are actually using it as a license to complete lack of accountability towards any other people. I'm thinking now of when Netanyahu says never again is now. It's a very clear reference to the Holocaust experience, justifying whatever they are doing. They are permanent victims no matter how aggressive they are towards others. And another example, when the Israeli ambassador to United Nations, before making his contribution at the Security Council meeting, very theatrically put on a yellow star. I found that particularly upsetting and disgusting because I had to wear the yellow star even at age 7 in 1944. But they continually making this connection and using this cover to acquire impunity, total impunity. And that is deliberate policy of the Zionists and the Israeli state. They create an increase of anti-Semitism the world over because they conflate Judaism with Zionism and their current policies. And as we know, a very large number of Jews who have a sense of justice are against it all. And yet they pretend to be speaking and acting on behalf of all Jews. It's amazingly damaging to Jewish people the world over. So not only has it become obvious that the Israeli state and Zionism are producing a genocide in Gaza, but it is actually the very worst thing that could have happened to the Jewish people who are associated with these dreadful acts. For Jewish people, and particularly anyone who survived the Holocaust or their descendants, to dissociate ourselves from the actions of the Zionist state is extremely important. And how important it is proven by the reaction we get from the general public, who are grateful for our stand, making it clear that the Jewish people are not a solid bloc on the side of the apartheid and genocidal Israel. Because due to the Holocaust, Israel and the Zionists claim total impunity, and we see it in practice that this is accepted all around. They should not be in any way free of being called out as fascists, like we call out fascists elsewhere where we see them. And sadly, Israeli policies are now driven by clearly fascist characters, Ben-Gvir and Smotrich, amongst others. The comparison between the extreme actions of the Zionists and the Nazi regime has a long history. Albert Einstein and Hannah Arendt, in their open letter in 1948 in the New York Times, signed by many others as well, had already pointed out that the policies and beliefs of the Zionist organization Herut, which later morphed into the Likud party, had similarities in their ideology to the Nazis. If a comparison with the Nazi philosophies and practices was acceptable then, so soon after the Holocaust, it surely must be acceptable now.